of the top of the morning for you, afternoon for me, and welcome to another episode of TWEED. Yay! Second episode of TWEED, actually. As you can see, I am driving, actually on a road trip home to Mississippi for a couple of days to visit family over the Father's Day weekend and whatnot. I'm recording this so that I can actually put it out on Monday. So I have to edit it like while I'm there, while I'm in Mississippi. But anyway, this episode, or this go round, I wanted to talk about why I'm a stylist, why I love putting people into clothes and love putting clothes onto people. So I know last episode, and thanks for watching if you did, last episode I talked about basically my definition of style, right? But here, this one, I want to talk about like why I became a stylist. And there are many different instances in my life that I can kind of point back to. One of which I did mention in the last video, which was like when I went to school without my uniform and basically dressed myself for the day. That's a pivotal moment for me. Another one is a story I've actually told on my blog, bizarrehodgepodge.com before. And I realized that I'm pretty sure I know the reason. I drafted this post. So it was published, and then at some point I drafted it. So I published it like last year. I think June or July of last year. And I decided to, I think I published it, maybe I didn't, but at any rate, on the back door of my website, it's showing as a draft. Anyway, so back in the day, on my very first job, in fact, I worked at a fast food restaurant, and little baby me, 16 years old, again, on my first job, not very, again, and I'm an introvert, so like, new environment, whatever. Not long after I started, this guy, one of the guys, he had been there for years, worked there for years. He was tall, very attractive, had locks, very muscular, and very masculine, extremely masculine, right? And so, again, as a little baby gay, I'm both intimidated and attracted. So anyway, he started to kind of pick on me, but in a playful way. But at the same time, I didn't know how to take it. I didn't know if it was playful or if he like really didn't like me or whatever. And so like I wouldn't really interact with him all that much because, again, super straight guy, little baby gay, wearing like a rainbow bracelet or whatever. Like I came out in high school. Again, this is like 16, and so I'm out, but at the same time, I'm finding out who I am in the world. I'm finding my footing in the world. And so yeah, he would do things to just kind of like pick on me. but again, in a playful way. Well, fast forward to I don't know when, but I'm in the mall one day. I'm walking around, and I'm like kind of making my way towards the exit, but as I'm walking, I pass a jewelry store. I notice him first before he notices me, and so I'm like, oh my God, let me see if I can sneak past. I do not want him to see me. He saw me, and he like calls me over to him. He's like, come here. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I go over to him, and yeah, like I said, he was pretty much just looking at jewelry, but we ended up like walking out of the mall together, like to the parking lot or whatever. And he says something to me that to this day still touches me. Basically, he says like, I know you're in school. If anybody, gives you any shit, let me know. I got you. And when I tell you that was the last thing I would have expected to come out of this man's mouth, because again, I thought he hated me. I thought like he did not like me. And yeah, so he's like, yeah, if anybody gives you trouble, let me know. I got you. And I was like, oh shit. From that moment on, we were friends. One day I was cleaning out some stuff out of my closet, and one piece in particular, which was like this kind of burnt orange sweater from American Eagle that never fit me quite right. Like it was a little too long in the torso for me. And so I loved the color, but it just never fit. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it away. Well, something told me, I was like, well, maybe I should give it to him. And so I did. And one day, like, he came like into the restaurant where we were on his day off, wearing the sweater, and it looked so good on him, and he looked so good in it, that I was like, oh wow. And so in the moment I just realized, oh wow, he looks really good. But in retrospect, I'm like, it was something about him wearing something I gave him. It was something about like seeing him in something that used to belong to me, or something, a piece of an item of clothing that I actually gave him and that he actually wore and obviously got some kind of use out of it, and the fact that it looked so good on him, it really touched me in a special way. So again, we were friends. Unfortunately, he passed away suddenly. He was in a very tragic car accident early one morning. But I'm grateful for that moment we had in the mall. I'm grateful for the moment when he walked in the sweater. And because it really touched me. And again, I think about that moment. I think about that moment often. The thing that really solidified me being a stylist was actually, or what really kind of, I guess, brought it back to front of mind for me, was my last relationship that ended last year. When my ex and I started dating or started talking, there was a moment when he asked me for help, like styling help. Not even like, hey, can you style me? It was really like, I'm about to go on a trip. I don't know what I'm going to wear. Can you come and like, help put some stuff together for me? Like anytime anybody asks me something like that, it warms my heart. It does something for me, truly. Like I become almost my brain, all of the hullabaloo in the brain just shuts off, and I'm like, absolutely, it feels so right for me to style people. And so that's how I know that it's what I'm supposed to do in this world. And again, having someone, I guess me giving them the input and them agreeing with it and being like, oh yeah, I really do like this, or I never thought about this combination before, or oh wow, this really does work. That really does something for me. It really does something for me. And so yeah, that's why I have become a stylist, and that's why I do what I do, because I love dressing people. And again, I love helping people to express themselves, show who they are through their style, because I think that's one of the best ways to do it, and one of the most fun ways to do it as well. So yeah, that's why I became a stylist. That's why I am a stylist. So again, if you watched last week's episode, you'll know that at the end of every episode, I ask a question. So last episode was, do you shower? The last question from last episode was, do you shower prior to working out, prior to going to the gym, prior to going for a hike, a walk, doing yoga, whatever? And shout out to Rex. He did answer Rex, who also does the conference call. If you're not watching the conference call, child, get your life. Go ahead and subscribe to that right now as well. But Rex answered the question and basically said he does not shower prior to the gym or prior to working out. I asked that question because I too do not shower, but I hear chatter from people, I hear chatter from like people with platforms or whatever sometimes, saying, oh my God, I'm tired of smelling people at the gym. Y'all need to shower before you come to the gym. And I'm like, that does not make sense to me. Why would I shower? Why would I shower before going to the gym to get hot and sweaty and stank? It's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. It's like, to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I will shower afterwards. I'm not necessarily, and nor am I concerned about what you're smelling. But also, I'm kind of into some scents. I'm kind of into man scents and man smells. And so honestly, a little musk don't bother me. If anything, it kind of turns me on. But yeah, I'm like, child, please. It's the gym. What are you expecting it to smell like? Like a fresh meadow? Girl, it's the gym. It's the gym. Relax. So yeah, that answers that question, because so I wanted to ask it because I feel like I had a dissenting opinion, because again, a lot of people be like, oh, you need to shower before the gym, blah, blah, blah. Child, absolutely. I don't. This week's question is, what do you wear when you're at home? What's your lounge wear look like? What's your leisure wear? Like, what do you wear when you're at home, if anything? Or are you completely in the nude when you're at home? I'm very curious about, like, what's your style when you're at the house? Like, what do you wear? Because I typically have like certain things, certain go-tos that I put on. And it depends on like the season, obviously. So in the summer or in the hotter months, I will wear a certain thing or certain things. And then in the winter, it's similar but different. So yeah, I'm curious to know what people like wear when they're at the house, just chilling, not doing anything. Yeah, very curious about that. So anyway, this is gonna wrap up this episode of Tweed. Oh, I forgot to mention, because Tweed is tea and weed, I finished a little while ago a little Starbucks iced chai latte with oat milk to give myself a little bit of a kickstart for this road trip. It's like 6.5 hours. I also have a little bit of some Yogi. I love Yogi brand tea. I have some of that too that I'm sipping on. And prior to me starting the recording of this video, I had me a CBD joint of some Green Goddess. I think it's Green Goddess from Tweedle Farms. Who, you know what, Tweedle Farms sponsorship. I fucks with y'all. I am. Are you just gonna come up like that? I fucks with Tweedle Farms. Let's partner up, Tweedles. But yeah, I had a CBD joint on my journey here, so yeah, again, episode 2 of Tweed. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe, notification. But it's so many things on YouTube, so many things to do, so many things to click and whatnot. But if you are someone who does all of them, I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm going to continue this journey to Mississippi, and yeah, I will talk to you later. Thanks again for watching, and yeah, have a awesome day, weekend, night, month, year, life, all the things. So yeah, deuces.